Uh. Let me put myself up on the stage. What am I doing? What am I doing? Hello. Okay, so today it's gonna be really quick, really quick. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be packed full of so much information, and it's gonna be a live panel. That part. So before we get started, I just want to have because I had some people up on the chat. Let me show. I mean, September chat. Okay, let's see who is up first on this chat. The ladies of talk. What's up, HB? What's up? Thank you guys so much. Look, off the bat, we ain't even started, and they said women. Women need more attention than men. Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up. Hello, hello, BD. How are you today? Hey, Chip. I don't know what them outdated emojis were, but probably some locks. Welcome in. Thank you so much. It's my girl. It's my girl. It's my girl. What's up, eyes? Hello, hello. Hey, what's up, Splash? I just seen you. Lane, what's up, mama? What's up, mama? Oh, yes, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, please. This my baby. What's up, baby? Oh my god. This is so lit. This is so lit. You know, I want everybody to come up here. I swear, I do. The locks went, yes, yes. Oh, and you said women? Off the bat, off the bat. I am not here. Okay, hello. Oh, you said, oh, you're like number 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are so funny. Oh, you said hello. I'll be back a little. Of course. Hey, it's gonna be going on. So definitely do. Peace and blessings to all. Yes. And just know you can always catch this on a replay as well. It's gonna be good. Oh my good. Let me tell you something. I got my water, I got my notes, I got my soundboard. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. It's gonna be all good. It's all gonna be good. So before we get started, let me start the show and then we'll come back to the comments. My mouse has been acting like brats. All right. So before we get started, I have to say this disclaimer.
I'm gonna test this out right quick on y'all. Now keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Just saying. No, but seriously. Okay, let's get into this disclaimer.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Thank you that Green Vegan loves you.
She do love you. She do love you. Yes, hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right. So, you know what? I definitely have to keep my notes in order because there's so much. I don't want no one to miss anything. Let me tell you guys something. I am really, really on my stuff. I have a little movie that I made for you guys. And so it talks about this subject, right? Because what are we talking about? Who needs more attention, men or women, right? All right, let's go. What happened to us? Grandmothers used to be grandmothers. And people went to church and they fellowshipped. People love being outside, but for different reasons. Men, they dressed in suits and they looked dapper. And people love being in relationships. They wanted to be a couple. We really embraced nature. In music, that was a medicine to our souls. We would be outside with the community, in our style, in our swag. That's what dictated us. and then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, it changed the game. We all got addicted to social media. We always felt the need to be seen. No matter where you go, you had to post, you had to look. We were now connected by hearts and likes. It turned us into zombies. What happened to the time when men would pursue women? But now women are thirst traps. Men are online crying, telling all their business. Women feel the need to be naked, sucking on lollipops. And men, they do the same thing. Sex sells. Who needs more attention? Men or women? Let's talk about it. Oh, that was deep. I thought that was kind of dope. All right, so before we get started, I just want to kind of give you like what we're talking about. So today we're going to be talking about who needs more attention. Yeah, and what really is attention, right? Okay, let me get my notes because I don't want to miss one word of it. So attention equals validation, right? And what is validation? Validation is saying, do I matter? Correct. So everybody wants to feel seen, heard, and what? Respected. Women. So we're going to go into the women first, and we're going to go into the men. But for women, the media pressures of your beauty, your body equals validation, right? But it's that attention or is it survival because social media has made that the standard for us to live up to. All right, so men, they also need attention, right? It's in the form of like ego. Silent attention seekers, yes, they also want it as well, right? Money, status, and image. That's all it's about, right? That's what it's about. But men want attention too, but they call it something else. They call it respect. All right. So where's the problem? When does it become a problem? When addiction to validation, thirst traps, flex culture, low self-esteem, hidden behind confidence. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, we got some. So I just want to know in the chat, like, who do you think who needs more attention? Women or men? Okay, so we have thank you. It is deep. We need to unlock this. Oh, somebody said women, obviously. Okay. How you feeling? How you living? That's the tagline there. Agree. All want validation. We all want validation, right? Hey, individual person. Ooh, someone says men. Mm, okay. Now I didn't had a lot of women compared to men. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So let's see. Let me just copy this. I'm gonna put this down in our bottom. And I also have something else for you guys too. It's gonna be a double dope. Okay. Put that in there. So the link is there for anybody wants to come up. But let me just tell you, this subject came out for several reasons. Over the past week, I had multiple people do some really attention seeking things. I just want to say to the people that made comments to me, and I made whole videos surrounding it. Thank you for being good sports. I really, really appreciate it. I had time. You know what? I had time. And I posted Dee's video because it was like the same thing. Usually I work, but you got me on a good day. And people say, oh, you need to ignore. No, because sometimes I feel like it's about clarification and communication. I was just talking to a really good friend today. Communication is so important, and we need to be able to communicate. Hey, to Remix, how are you? Hey, hey, hey. Let's see. Women needs more attention because men have became more feminized and women more masculine, the gap is getting less wide, but still women need more. What? I never would. What do you guys think about that comment? Do you really think that that is true? You should come up here and say something. You really should. Um, I'm very well now seeing a pretty. Oh, you're so sweet. You know what? But that's a good point, right? Because people talk about that, like, oh, women are so mad. I just heard something not that long ago about how women are more masculine and men are more feminine and stuff. And if you looked at I don't know if you guys were able to catch the little movie that I did, but I had a picture of a caveman, right? Let me see. Can I get that picture up here? Oh, I don't have it up here. It's okay. It's okay. But anyway, the picture of it's a caveman. Remember back in the day, like the caveman would find him a wife and then bonk her over the head and then drag her into. Not saying we don't want that. We don't. We're at a different time. We don't want that. But what happened? Men would pursue women. Why aren't men pursuing women like back in the day? What has happened? And I know it wasn't COVID because this didn't just stop 5 years ago. This is, I don't know. Who knows when it switched over? Can anybody give me an answer? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys? It's gotten kind of quiet. Look how much women need attention. Even back in caveman days, they dressed for the club. That's funny. That was a good one. That was a good one. But seriously, like today, when we're talking about like attention seeking and out here thirst trapping, my thing just got crazy. Oh, trying to mess up my presentation. Yes, we can. Hey, just Andrea, you want to come up here? This open panel. We're doing a talk about men and women. So far, more people think women need attention, but we forget about the men and the flexing and the cars and the money and all that, right? Because it's like if that wasn't a thing, why would you be on the internet doing that? How many times have you seen men with doing that with the money and being in front of the cars? It's kind of like a modern caveman. Like back in the day, a caveman would like try to, get a woman, whatever. But nowadays they try to flex and be in front of all these expensive cars and things like that. Let me put my banner up. There's somebody backstage. So let me see. Brum, 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 brum. I need my banner. Trap. I mean, a thirst bucket. You like a hydrating fountain. I'm on my phone. Can you drop the link? Yes, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna drop it again for those people that missed it. All right, Big Daddy Bear, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to turn your camera on so I can see. Just a hand or something. All right. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. My bad. Let me get you up here. You know what? Duh. I'm a little slow. Okay, let me put the link so anybody else want to come up here and get it. Okay, so this is a really serious subject.
Very.
Not really. It's a fun subject. So far people are saying that, what do you call it? Like women needs more attention than men. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think so?
Because men are very basic, very simple. Like you say, you said the caveman. You know,
Mhm.
we don't ask for much. We don't expect much. We don't need much. We're just very simple, straight to the point, just like a caveman. We just go around. We look for our food and our shelter. We clock people over the head that piss us off and get on our nerves and stuff like that. And we go about our business. That's about it. But I just, from what I've seen, I feel like women, you know, it's like they don't know what to do without that attention. Not everybody, but I would say the vast majority. Because even if you look at like social media, because you brought that up, look
Mm-hmm.
how many women are on there advertising and selling their bodies and all different types of like stuff that's just like just doing like any and everything for attention. You don't see as many men doing that unless they're like they got the Kanye West mentality. But you see the percentage of women versus men on social media as far as attention, you see it's a much higher ratio because they're doing a lot more. It's like, okay, you know, what are they most of them doing? They're sexualizing themselves, wearing different types of outfits or, doing all different types of stuff that's just like, it's unnecessary, whereas, men, you don't see too much of that. I mean, you see the basic stuff, standing in front of someone else's car and posing like it's theirs, knowing they drive a hoopty, like, so you might see that, but it's very rare. So that's for me. That's just kind of what I look at because you don't ever really see a man in a relationship going like like hey babe, why you ain't paying me no attention? Look at what I'm doing, isn't that like it's always the other way around where it's like the women get upset. What's wrong? Nothing. Like what's wrong? Like you over there playing the game and watching the sport, you ain't paying no attention to me. Like you see that more from female than you do. Ain't no how many guys would be like, you ain't paying me no attention. You over there watching real wives of Patamac or wherever they are. They all over the place. Like very rare. We like, hey, okay, cool. We go play our game and watch our sports or do whatever we got to do, which y'all hate. But I mean, it's our place of peace. But that's just how I look at it. So I mean, everyone's different. But I'm just saying, between the two, I would definitely say women more so need the attention. Let me rephrase that. They don't need the attention; they want the attention. You know, Men, we don't really need it or want it. I mean, it's good to have it, but we can do without it. So
Well, why do you think that women are doing that? You think women are on here thirst trapping for other women?
um, some, not all. I don't know. I think.
You really
Hmm,
think that women are on the internet naked, booty out, boobs bouncing for other women? Twerking,
for everybody.
twerking
For
in the shower?
I mean, pretty much for everybody, for men, women, animals. I mean, like the whole nine. I mean, I'm not gonna say all of them. Not all of them. There are some that are definitely motivational. They're educational. They're showing people, hey, look, you can do this, do that. They're trying to show people how they should really be valued and represented. And then there's just some. I just think the ones that are doing all that are sexualizing themselves. To me, I just think they're not utilizing their true God-given talent. Like if it's art or if it's
Okay, so the picture that we're showing that's on the thumbnail, can you tell me what she's doing with the lollipop? What is she trying to teach us?
she's trying to teach you that uh, the strip club is open 24/7, free wings, free drinks. Come on through and like throw a tsunami of dollars all over me instead of just like you could be starting a business or a trade or philanthropy, something along the lines of that. Um, that's what that is.
I
That's,
pulled this off your social media.
oh, that's off social media.
Yeah, I pulled it off your somebody who you follow. I'm
Me,
just
who?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm like,
No, but these are real people. These are real people that be on the internet. Of course, everybody know Tyrese. And Tyrese is somebody who, he's like the king of coming and telling all the business. So I want to give different angles. This because you can see this young gentleman right here. He's always got his shirt off. He always, wearing gray jeans, whatever. Because men and women. But then it's like you have your Tyrese's. People forget about it. It don't always have to be sexual. It can also be just attention seeking. What do you think, Andrea?
He might need to see his therapist. How about that?
Who, Tyrese?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you was talking about BD.
Instead of him looking for attention, obviously that tells me he's not getting enough attention at home and his girlfriend and whatever. Because my thing is, you should be telling your therapist all of this. Jesus.
Jesus.
That's just me. Okay, I have too much time. I don't have that much time. So I'm raising two teenagers, and we're busy in their sports activities and making sure that they done. So I don't have that much time in trying to give somebody that much attention.
Right.
Because my kids are gonna leave me in a minute, so I'm gonna have to give all my most of attention to them and then I'm gonna have time for myself. That's how I look at it.
So, but people do post for different reasons, right? They post, to share their life. They post because they're part of an organization. They post, like BD said, to teach something, to learn something. I have a social media presence. I have, I do all kind of different things but it's made me even look at myself and start doing a scrub of like, what is this? Because hey, I'm not gonna lie, I had some thirst traps. I had some thirst trap pictures on there, and I was like,
I do too. I'm not gonna say I don't have pictures like that, but I do have some thirst trap pictures. Okay, but I'm older too, so I'm a little more older, so I'm gonna leave some to the imagination. Okay, so but I do got some thirst trap pictures, but I don't need. Sometimes I don't need that much attention, and I sometimes I feel like women and men, they need so much attention. So it's a little ridiculous.
I think the point of all this is even come with this topic is just to show why. Like, let's get behind it and see why do we really need it. And one of the points that came up was women do this to get the attraction of men. The attention, I'm sorry, get the attention of men. Now, BD, you, for example, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're a gentleman of a certain age. You got a little gray in your beard. So I don't want to, say your age, but do you
31.
think it was different? You're 31. Okay. So when you were younger, what was that?
41.
You're 31?
No, 41. 41.
Oh, 41. Okay. So you
I
just
wish
think
I was 31.
so you're a millennium?
Yeah.
Are you're a millennium? Okay. So millenniums, they're like on the very edge kind of thing. And so you have to think about it. The time is different because we didn't have growing up all this social media. This is what the last 15 years or something like that we've had it. But
Yeah.
before then we were, for you to meet a woman, I mean, they did have the little chat lines, whatever, but you have to go out and you went places and you met people. Now all those places are closed. We don't have that. Just like in the movie earlier I played, just in case you guys didn't see it, make sure you do the replay. It's different. It's a different time. So people are different. And now people are realizing that they can get attention through what? Through showing their body. They're going to get more attention than if I were to come and say, hey guys, I'm going to make some carrot cake today, compared to if I'm like half naked with a little G-string bent over doing little, gestures. That's going to get more people to look at I've done experiments and just to see like how many views and stuff you get. It's like, wow, it really makes a difference. And it's sad because I feel like women feel like they have to do that to get attention. But if men weren't being thirst buckets, they wouldn't feel the need to do that. What do you think,
That's
Andrea?
true.
Well, it has changed. Back in the day, we had to go meet people. Now they can meet everybody on the internet, the chat lines. It ain't the same like it used to be.
Right.
Like you used to go on dates and that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's something about dating now is more difficult.
What do you think? Okay, so since you're a man, the chat is it's open. I will drop the StreamYard again, but it would be nice to have you holding it down for all the men up here. Just to let you know. So he representing. Is he representing guys? Is he saying what you guys really feel? What did Red say? Women need attention more. Some men do as well, but you see a whole lot of more with women. Really? So, I mean, can you go more into depth? Like, what examples do you think it is? Because you know what? I look at a lot of videos where you have rappers and they're not naked, right? But they are flashing money, they're wearing jewelry, they're out in the street. I mean, it just came up in a conversation about that young gentleman that passed away that his life was taken. He went to LA. He was this rapper's BNP Rock. I don't know. I don't want to say.
You
uh,
at the Waffle
TM,
House.
What was
When
that?
he got his jury taken away from him at the Waffle House.
Yes, and they ended up he ended up losing his life. But they were just saying by him some people are really mean and they made it seem like he was the problem. That it was his fault because he attracted that negative energy. And is that a thing too? Like, are we attracting negativity? Someone told me today that jealousy is like a demonic spirit, right? And so it just carries along with you, and it's like it's like it's very, very dark kind of thing that goes on. So when someone is jealous, it's like it's kind of like low key dangerous, right? So when you are putting yourself out here on the internet and you're showing all this stuff, it's like you're kind of putting a target on you. I mean, would you think?
yeah,
I
definitely.
agree with that, but the thing is, with that situation, I don't. He showed his location. I do not believe if he would never show his location, and this might not happen to him. I
Mm.
got to I don't like if I'm remember like I told you when we was in Vegas, let's not post until a couple days after because we don't want our safety is number one priority.
You know what? And Real makes a good point. Sometimes people are fishing for compliments, and that's what I talked about earlier. It's like it's validation. People look at attention and equal it to validation, and validation is, am I good enough? Um, like asking people for permission, and it's so right. Eyes make a great observation too. Attention comes in so many different ways. We think of, oh, thirst trapping, being nude, doing all this kind of stuff, but actually, attention is attention. You know, when you're on the internet, and I've had situations before where I've said something on the internet and someone pulled my coattails and be like, "What are you doing? Why do you have that up there?" And it's like, oh, I got people who really love me, who really looking out for me because it's like that wasn't a good look, And I took it down because I trust the people in my life because if you're in my circle, you're in my circle. I vetted you and you're good. But I love that the explanation. But so it's the same thing. It's like women, like Real said, women will say, "Oh, this is an ugly picture." They're fishing for compliments. It's like the same for men. Men go out here with their cars and stuff. They want They want people to make compliments. And think about it, it's not just for women, it's also for men as well. Yes, it
Yeah,
can be vicious.
that is valid.
Men keep showing dollar bills so they can pull the women out to look out. Men need different girlfriends for attention. Men need different girlfriends for attention. Is that true? You know what? And another point that came up, thank you, Eyes, for saying that, because someone says even though people are in relationships, every so often they will step out of their relationship because they don't feel wanted, that they don't feel validated. So it's almost like, it's not really the same. Oh, we got somebody backstage. Come on up. It doesn't really.
Hey, let me mute this. Okay.
Hey, Eyes, welcome in.
Hello, sorry. I just came in from work, so I'm kind of tired. Excuse the
Oh, you're
tight.
good. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Oh,
being
sorry.
a part of this conversation, why you come back? Why you put yourself down? You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. Let me take this off. Thank you, Racer. All right. So being a part of the conversation, because we've talked about this before about men and being like thirst traps and thirst buckets and stuff and trying to attract women. And it's almost like they're competing us against each other for attention. Do you agree with that?
What was the question again?
When men kind of pull they put women against each other and they use that as like a way to like keep the attention on them because attention is attention, right? So it's like how great is it for women to be fighting over you? Sometimes men egg that kind of behavior on.
Yeah,
Yes,
I've definitely seen it.
I
what
think
does real say? I don't think men need different girlfriends for attention. They do it because they love to smash. Is that
That's
true?
the thing.
PD, you up here, you a man. They want to smash. Is that the reason why?
Most of them, yeah, because it's a game to them. It's fun. A lot of them are still very much. They still have a childlike complex. So it's kind of like a competition, like to see like, oh, how many women can I get with? How many women can I sleep with? Versus just being your natural self and not being a product of your environment or feeling like you have to follow behind what everybody else is doing. Because I think we live in a society now where a lot of people follow. So they see everyone doing this and doing that. So now they want to go in that same direction. And it's especially like when it comes to this subject with attention. I see a lot of guys, especially like working valet. I used to work in different establishments, and one of the ones I worked at was a restaurant. And every time I parked up a lot of the nice cars, I would see like some guys and stuff like posting up next to the cars and stuff. Even like sitting on them. I'm like, hey, you can't sit on that person's car. Like it's a $500,000 car. Get off of that. Taking the pictures and stuff like that, posting it. Saying all the little ridiculous captions. It's like that's not your vehicle. Like, what are you doing? But of course, they want that attention. They want to feel like they're up there with the big timers and everybody that's in the big league and stuff. They want to feel just as important as them. But it's like, okay, if that's what you want, work towards that instead of trying to live a lifestyle that you don't portray. That's not your car. Your car is a ring. You're not driving no $500,000 Ferrari. Like, so why are you posted up next to it? And then trying to minimize other people by saying, oh, you got, this is what the fast life looks like, and this is all different. I'm like, come on now, like, stop it. Like, to me, that's just silly, unnecessary attention that you want, and you're trying to display. When, hey, if you want that, go for it, go get it. Now you don't even have to seek validation or attention because now you've worked hard to get it just like they do. But you'd rather post up next to someone else's car who worked hard to get that and act like this is you, or like, come on, you'd have the keys in your hand if that was you. But yeah, so there's different levels to the type of attention that, you know, both sexes want. You know, men, like you said, they gotta feed their ego, their cocky mentality and demeanor. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, most women, to me, I think it's just a thing of like, well, you know, they want to always feel special. They always want to feel important. They want to definitely feel like, you know, people still want them and they're desirable and things like that. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But there's so many other ways to go about doing that to where you can get that type of attention without actually having to seek it or even devalue yourself and resort to doing things that you know you never wouldn't do, but you feel like this is the only other way. And it's like, no, you don't necessarily have to do that. You know, it's more so think out the box. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Well, social media has made people minds warped, and it's getting people to the
Yeah.
point where it's like they see what they want and not what they need. And I want to share this quick news to kind of show, because I want to give men a break. It's not always about the men. So let me share this real quick story.
A new Paramount Plus docuseries from See It Now Studios examines the rapid rise of a 21-year-old TikToker called William White. Thirst Trap, the fame, the fantasy, the fallout shows how the young creator gained millions of followers overnight. What seemed like innocent interactions with fans turned into a story of jealousy, blackmail, and betrayal.
If you haven't seen William White on your social media feeds recently, lip syncing to retro hits, well then check your phone, it's properly broken.
People don't look like that in real life.
I think he's got that X factor.
Where did this guy come from?
I discovered this fandom. The more money they threw at Will, the more likely he was to remember who they were.
I've probably given him anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 of my own money.
Will went live and said boundaries were crossed. I'm in fear for my safety at this point.
My agent called me. He said the worst news ever for you.
You weren't really sure who to trust.
You're part of a fandom. It's meant to be fun.
Someone just said angry? Yeah, I'm angry.
How did it become such an unsafe space?
What do you want to know?
Bet you never thought I'd say Thirst Trap on a morning show, but
All right. That's crazy. Oh,
Did they
my
did they
bad.
say they were giving them 100 to 200,000?
Yes. Welcome in, Real. Welcome in.
What's going on, everybody?
Here we go, a little bigger. Welcome into the discussion. I just want to say this. When I was doing my research and I came across that, sometimes I feel like when you're in a certain community, you think in your mind, oh, because, you know, majority of people here are, you know, Black. I'm a Black daddy Black. And you already in your mind think, okay, we thinking about like the people that, you know, I have on the thumbnail, but it goes so much deeper than that. Like you said, BD, that woman gave over $200,000. They were giving millions and millions. And the thing about it is, I don't have Paramount Plus, but I did do a little searching and got to see some more trailers about it. But people are lonely. And at the end of the day, they do this because they want love. They want validation. So it's almost like a mental illness, because you see all those women. It was literally tens and thousands of women that was pouring into this guy. What do you think about it, Real?
I only saw like the end of it, so I didn't really see it. So what happened?
So it was this guy who's on TikTok, and he kind of like he was on there doing like the little singing and stuff. And so women, tens of thousands of women were like paying him. And this one woman, she got, I don't want to say scam, but she gave over $200,000 to this guy. He was just making millions of dollars on the loneliness of women. So they
Smart.
were
The guy is smart. I wouldn't call it attention. He's smart. He's playing on women's emotions, and hey,
but that's where you go back to
But
the
is that? But let me ask you something though. Is that the man that was seeking attention, or was that all these women that wanted attention from one man?
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
It goes both ways. Like for him, he was just, he was basically a trick. Well, he wasn't a trick. They were a trick.
You don't.
They were tricks. He wasn't a trick.
You don't think he was a trick. I mean, you don't think he was a trick? Come on now.
Well, they were paying
He's
him.
scamming the women.
He was the
scamming
third
women out their money.
Now, if they was paying him, he's not the trick. They the trick.
Exactly. Exactly. So it kind of goes back to like what I was saying about the validation and attention and all that, because I feel like sometimes just to go deeper down the rabbit hole, it's not always about sex. It could be just about loneliness and wanting someone to love you. You want to be seen, you want to be respected, you want to be needed. And so if this guy is, matter of fact, I was in a live and I see women pouring money into these men, and it's just like so they can just say, hey, now if you want to hit the cash app, I'll
But you have to ask yourself, what did
Hey,
what
oh,
was she
hey.
getting out of it? What was she? And the mindset is, what was she getting at? What was she getting out of this? Because she's giving her money. So to me, you spend your hard-earned money
Company.
to somebody. What was she getting out of it?
I think
go ahead, E.
I think it's different for women because you can have women that's attracted to people without being physical. So most of the time it's just like I said, being validated, being seen, and just having somebody that I could say that's sitting right there, or I can talk to somebody real quick. A man, it's different. It's almost slightly different. They require the physical, they require the feelings. I once spoke to married men, and I realized a lot of married men has plan A, plan B, and plan C. And what that means is when one person act up, they go to the next one. When that one act up, they got that plan C. And that's not just I want them because I love them. Well, if I'm not getting what I'm getting from the next person, I'm gonna go to plan B. And when plan B act up, I got plan C. So, and when I said that, I think men need a lot more attention. You can see by how much women company they keep, female company they keep, when they have parties, when they sit around, they flash they like if they're not getting the attention from the females, they'll go to a party, flash their cars, they will flash things that make their brother jealous. So, they homeboys, they'll go out to the club and be like 50 of them walking around, going to a club, 20 dudes sitting in the car, So I think men need more attention to more than the females. Because a female can sit in a home and not have the attention and not require it. And women that do seek attention because men made them feel like that's what they need to do to seek that attention. So sex sells, look sells. So it's like some women selling feet pics just to get money. You got the old folks who are paying these dudes, men and women, but the females they speaking to somebody across seas and giving them money, and that's just companionship. I ain't got nothing to do with being by them. So
I just seen, sorry to cut you off, but I just seen an article yesterday about a guy in the Bronx. I think he was in the Bronx or Brooklyn, and he gave this lady a $500,000, an AI woman. And so because she's getting like, so because he needed that. See, it's like I think for the thing about well, I guess it goes both ways because that lady gave $200,000 to that dude.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you want to get it regardless if you have to pay for it or not. So you make really great points. I'm sorry. Go ahead, E.
No. I'm good. You.
Okay, so the one thing too that I want to just to kind of talk about to go back, there was a situation just a couple of nights ago where it was this guy. He was a host, and he had a show, and he's talking to this woman, and he just gave her a little kindness, a couple of kind words, and she was so moved by that. She gave him $100. She super chatted $100 and said, "Thank you. I feel seen now." And it's just like that to me, that broke my heart because what kind of world was she living in where she couldn't get validation from nobody? She couldn't get love from nobody. She didn't have friends from nobody. Eyes make a great point. Women, look, I've been in this house for 2 weeks by myself. Oh my God. But you know what? I love me. I kept active. Thanks for YouTube being in everybody's chat. But it's like I didn't need to have a physical person here, because I learned to love myself. And that's what this channel is about. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment, because I give people the tools so they can heal, so they can be better, so they don't have to continue to walk in that path of loneliness. A lot of times we need to heal. We have abandonment issues, there's jealousy, there's envy, and it's like there's so many things and so many tools that you can do to combat that. She said, "I would never." You would never give a $200,000.
What smart person would do that? That's
if I had $200,000, I would not be giving to a TikToker.
Like that is for AI, man. For what?
That was a mortgage she gave up.
Right.
I need $20,000 right now on my Cash App. Give it to me. What do I need to do?
If she was that lonely, and I'm not lonely because it's a difference being lonely and lonely. Okay, because I got my house.
It's lonely or alone. You can be alone.
I was gonna correct her.
Lonely.
Okay, I have a house full of kids, so I don't feel sometimes I'm alone, even though they can be in the house with me. Okay, and when they're not here, I still don't feel the house I'm alone. But sometimes you have to ask yourself to go out the box. If she was that lonely, she couldn't go to no senior citizen, one of her social clubs or something. Sometimes you have to think out the box and do things so you won't be lonely. And then sit on
channels for shameless plug.
Sit on the computer and sending somebody your money that you work hard for. I just don't understand that.
It is, but it's like I said, it's all about attention. And so I kind of want to show different facets of it because it's not always about, when you're out here on the internet showing women out here prancing around with their heels on and bending over and doing all that. They know they're going to get attention. They know they're going to get people to look at them. And that's the reason why they do it, right? But then you have the other people that is online that do it, like Tyrese. Who else is another woman that comes on there and tell? Well, I would say 90% of the TikTokers, they tell everything. They tell what's going on in their household, their boyfriends, their husbands. This person cheated on them, that person cheated on them, how they slept with this person, this is going on. It just goes. It's just crazy work on TikTok.
Never ending.
What's that?
That's YouTube too.
No,
you did it a lot on there. I don't really see a lot of that
too.
You guys see it on YouTube?
Remember the part 2s, the part 1s, like they tell stories and stuff like that. Or who I slept with, or how I met my husband.
Oh, the TikToks. What happens is
TikTok?
TikTok brings it to. YouTube brings that stuff from TikTok and put it together. Package it very, very nice for us. Awesome. Isn't this an awesome panel? We got 3 women and we got 2 men. Okay, so let's take a vote.
I had to
Who?
come up here because I couldn't leave homie up here by himself like that.
Okay, we're gonna take
Now
a
we would
vote.
never did that to BDB.
We're gonna take
I
a
was getting
vote.
jumped up here.
So if you think that okay, I'm gonna just go down the line. Okay, so I say men need more attention. BD, who do you think needs more attention?
Women.
Women. Just Andrea, who do you think needs more attention?
Men.
Men. Real, who do you think needs more attention?
Women.
Women. Okay, Eyes, who do you think needs more attention?
Men.
Men. So we have 3-2. Men need.
We need a third man up here though.
Attention.
Yeah,
We need a third man up
Look
here
up
though.
the stats. You gotta look up the
I'm
stats.
just well, hey, they didn't come up here.
You know, let's be
And
honest.
everybody had opportunity to come up here.
Cause they
Come
know
on,
they need that
fellas.
attention.
Come on, fellas. What do you say? Nonsensical to claim men more than attention to women. But the thing about it is men do it too. I think what's happening is I feel like people are so desensitized that they don't even recognize that. Because like I said,
Right.
men do not say, I need attention. I need attention. They go, give me respect. Yeah, I'll do this for
Right.
respect. So it's like it's the same
Right.
thing. It's just
Right.
a different word. If you go on every rapper's, if you go on every, and so you deal with music people, BD. So you have to, what do they want? They want that life. They out here. They not up here talking about, all right, man, I'm gonna go drink my water and I'm gonna go sit over here in the corner. No,
Right.
they got to be out there with their money and I think that's the first thing that happens when you become a rapper. You have to get one of them big old diamond chains with a bulldog on it, something like that.
Top dog.
Really.
I don't know, because like with my segment, like a lot of the rappers that are on there that I've invited on, I don't think they are like
Hey, Trisha.
looking for the attention. They just really love their art, their craft, and what they do. So they more so are just trying to. The only reason they want attention is because they're trying to get more people to listen to what they have to say with their music and through the music. You know, they're not trying to put on a certain image or portray a certain lifestyle just to get people to notice them. Like they want more people to hear it because they're more underground, you know. It's versus like the mainstream where that's more people garner more towards that. People give more of
Okay, I
those
have
type
to
of
stop
artists.
you. I have to stop you. I gotta stop you because back in the day when you had the Whispers and you had all those other really great, the Isley Brothers, they weren't out there in front of them Cadillacs and doing all that. No, the music spoke for itself. But actually, a majority of time, they didn't even have a picture of themselves. You just fell in love with the music. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have to
wasn't-
say, cap.
No, I'm I'm referring to like the artists that I have on my segment. They are very much like the Isley Brothers and the Whispers. It's just that nowadays in today's society, everybody's so focused on the mainstream versus giving these type of people the attention that they deserve just as much attention as those mainstream because they're making much better music, you know, versus the ones that are out right now just talking about anything and just calling it music and saying, okay, here you go and enjoy it. It's like, no, you know, and so they're really the mainstream, especially in today's generation music. To me, they're the bigger attention seekers because it's like they don't know how to just be original and creative like those artists that you mentioned.
So are you
So-
saying that it is a generational thing? That because you have your Megan Goods, your Tracy
Mhm.
Ellis. So you really can't say it's a generational thing because they're older than you and they out there with the butt out.
Well, yeah, but not as much though. Not as much as like the ones you see on TikTok and OnlyFans and all that. Like, you know, those are more so roles. They're not doing that in their everyday life. Like you don't see Megan Good walking around just like in a mini skirt and see-through outfits and stuff like that. If it's for like a movie role, maybe, but very unlikely to see that nowadays. You know, now it's like it's paraded everywhere. Like anywhere you go, you're going to see it. So
I kind of feel like
I'm
it's
just
the do I still have it mentality when it comes to like people who are older. They feel the need to be like, do I still have it? Can I still
And men hit that stronger than women.
yeah, they get it when they're 30, actually. They get it young. She thinks she's a rapper until she gets a trigger chopper.
you think men do that like now well actually yeah no they do. So that's see like those old sugar daddies and all that, yeah, they definitely want to see if they still got it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
And they definitely hit it in their old ages. When they get in their 60s, 50 years old, they still be trying to see. Oh, I just want to see if I still got it.
Right.
And then look at them dating the young girls. It ain't even about the attraction. No, it's not even about the communication or what the girl can bring. I just know that young girl is gonna give me that attention. Like I just need her for one thing, and that's it. I give her a couple of dollar bills, and I send her off her way. That's attention. They leak it. They just want that attention for that moment of time.
And actually someone told me that it's cheaper to get with a young woman than it is like a prostitute, because with a prostitute it's like, I don't know, real, how much is a prostitute? Like 120, 150 an hour?
What you asking me for?
You know, man,
they make their own prices. I don't know.
Don't y'all know? Okay. So anyway,
I was like,
BD, do you know how much a prostitute is? Like how much is like 160 an hour or something like that? I don't know. Race level. What is a prostitute? For? You can let me know. But anyway, I heard it's anywhere between like 120 to 180 like an hour, right? That's like the low end. But you can get you like a young chick, get her a pair of Jordans, take her out to some, Chili's, and hey, you good for the weekend.
Them young chicks, they require too much attention. They require
too
way too much attention.
And
Yeah.
they want more money than that Chili's. I'm sorry. They want more than that.
You give a young chick $200. You give a young chick $50, or matter of fact, just $30 to have a little breakfast or lunch or whatever. They claim that's too little. That's not enough. You see what I'm saying? So
well, not everybody. Not all.
No, I said the young chicks, not y'all. The young females.
Yeah, older women they require a little bit more than a pair of Jordans. We can buy our own Jordans. But it's like, I feel like you have to work for it. I was doing shameful plug, my podcast that come out, but I was talking about that, and one of the upcoming is just like, when you have real relationships, you have to work for it. You got to work for it. And a lot of times people don't want to work for it. They want something easy, something fast, something quick. But that's not fulfilling. It doesn't last, kind of thing. So what did he say? I don't pay for things I can get for free. Speech, I can't tell you how much they are. Yeah, do that research for me. Then the City Girls. See, oh my God, thank you so much for bringing that up too, because the culture is leading women to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they make it look so glamorous. Oh, look at us, we got the bag, we got the money, we doing this, we doing that. And so young women, and even young girls, they're growing up seeing like, oh, this is a life how I should be, because look at their lifestyle, not knowing that Carisha was being peed on, pooped on, and all kind of stuff, but they don't share with you the stuff that happens behind the scenes. They only show you what they want to, they want you to see.
And imagine being in a relationship and requiring your husband to do the same thing. You're flipping it, tossing it. You're giving your husband a good time. So you ain't getting them bags for free. You are working in your relationship for them bags.
Right.
It's just more appropriate in a relationship than it is just flipping it for anybody.
Facts. I just want to say, because our time is up, thank you guys for hanging out with me. So I just want to get some closing words from everybody. DB, you can go first. So what's your closing words on this topic? What would you like the people to know before you go?
That's a good question.
Right.
Again, just be yourself. Don't be something that you know you're not. Don't try to portray something you know you don't live. Like, like people will see you and give you that grace and value without you having to belittle yourself and resort to doing stuff that you know you're not truly comfortable with. Like, you're like we will get attention, but we have to get it for the right reasons, for the stuff that's motivative, influential, innovative, things that people can really look up to us and respect us for versus just downgrading just to try to be like everybody else. Like, we were always taught to lead, not follow. We only follow the leaders so that we can learn from them, not just to continue to just keep a following trend. So, there's no need for that. If you lead, you will get attention because everybody's going to look at you and say, "Oh, hey, look at what that person's doing. Look at what that person is doing. Look at how they're moving." Like, that's the type of attention you want, and you should earn and you deserve. Instead of just thirsting for it and feeling desperate. Like, okay, I need all eyes on me. Like, you don't have to be like that. Look at Tupac. Tupac didn't, have to do certain things for him to get the attention that he needed and that he wanted. He earned it. He proved it. He showed it. Like, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And did we not pay attention? We did. So
we promise
I look at it like
refund if it.
And that's it.
Andrea.
I say love yourself. Okay, if you love yourself, you might not need all that attention. And if Carisha got to do all that shit to get money and stuff, that's something I'm not gonna do. I'm not saying I'm better than her, but I'm not doing it. I'll get my own money. That's just me.
Real.
Yeah, let me say that social media will be the death of us. Social media gives people a false sense of reality. What people fail to realize is the people, the so-called quote unquote, I'm using this very loosely, influencers on social media only shows us what they want to see us. They don't show everything. So people, I think, are too easily influenced on social media, and that needs to stop because you're going to be comparing yourself to people who ain't even showing you everything. So yeah, just stop following everybody that you quote unquote like or whatever. So that's it.
Nice. Thank you. Ice. You're on mute.
Muted.
Sorry for that. I wanted to say for the parents out there, the mothers, the fathers, love your daughters, show them love, show them how to respect their body, hug them, give them the support, be there so they're not seeking for any attention. Treat them way better than anybody out in the world would treat them. So when somebody come giving them half attention, they like, I know better. My family give more love than that. And also don't Real said, don't believe the hype. You gotta work, you gotta sell something to get something. Everything free is not free. Don't drink the potion. And again, love yourself. And I guess that's really it. Love yourself and bring God into it.
Here we go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody that came in. I appreciate everybody who came into the chat. Before I go, I just want to say it's Trisha, BDB, Race Lever, Lonnie, Splash, Just Andrea, Sassy, Sea Life, Ladies Attack, Chip, Jermaine. Thank you all for coming in. Oh, I almost forgot my. Wait a minute. I almost forgot one more person. Jamara. I'm sorry, Jamara. Thank you all for coming out, spending the time with me. The last words I just want to say is just like everybody kind of said, love yourself. Be a lady if you want a man. If you're a man, stop chasing after tricks and thirst traps. Find you a wonderful woman, build a life with her, and be happy. It's that simple. So before I go, I just want to say once again, thank you. And if no one's told you today that they love you, I love you. Mwah. Have a great day. Thanks everybody for coming out. Bye. Boop.